September, October, towards the end of the year, you look to put something like London-based, possibly?
Yeah, we depends on the outcome of these fights that are happening in September, and then we're looking to do a big show in December, which we will do. So that's which we normally do. So that'd be that's where we want to be with it. And as I say, if we can, it's like all these things. You have these plans in your head. Boxing is a difficult business sometimes. You've got plans. Right, I'm going to get, you're going to fight this guy, then that guy after that, and then this one. But you get that one gets beat, this one gets beat. You've got to take what's around, and it's in the opportunity and what's there at the time. If you fancy the job for your guy, and I think, but if everything does go to plan, I think we'll have a really cracking show lined up for December. A real cracking show, a proper fight.
How do you rate your current stable of boxers at the moment?
I think the youngsters are as good as anything I've had over the years. I think they're all doing well. I think we've got some really good young fighters coming through, and I think some of them are best in the UK, if not in Europe. And I'm quite excited about them. But you're not going to have 20 fighters who are all going to be great fighters. I mean, you look on your hands over the years. Look how many fighters are around. I mean, how many world champions we've got? Was it about 9?
8 or 9.
How many of those world champions are real? Would you think are tip-top world champions? Not many of them. That's not being disrespectful.
You mean in comparison to the other people?
In comparison, yeah. Right now, compared with the fighters out there, and some of them done extremely well. And I'm not knocking them. I'm not even going to get into names. And some are better than others, and that's how it's always been. Like a Calzaghe or a Naz or a Nigel Benn, Eubanks, they stood out. And there was lots of world champions around at the time. Britain we had quite a few guys, but they were standout fighters. Ham was a standout fighter at the time. And I think there are a few guys coming through now that we're involved with. I think who are standout fighters and will become world champions and will, I believe, hold on to the title for quite a while.
Over the last couple of weeks, Froch, or Froch as you sometimes call him.
It's not just being disrespectful, it's just Froch. Sorry, apologies. Yeah.
We call him Froch for just this interview, but obviously he announced his retirement from the sport, and regardless of people's opinions on whether they like him or not, he's been he's served British boxing very well.
He has, there's no doubt about that. He's been in some great fights over the years, and I think he's been in great fights because of his style. He's if I'm sort of stepping back and looking at what it was, he's a guy that fights with his heart and fights with his chin. I mean, he was never, his chin was probably his greatest asset because he got caught quite a few fights, and his chin and heart were his assets. And you look at a few of the fights he had, his pure determination got him through them. But he was never the best of his generation, Andre. Ward, who won the Super 6 series, he was head and shoulders above all of them. He's back in the game, and Carl, if you lose the enthusiasm for what you're doing, and Carl's obviously it's not there with him anymore, so he decided to retire. But he never fought Ward again, did he? So we never knew whether he could ever, if he'd have fought again, would he have beat him? I don't think he would have done. And that's not being disrespectful for him, but he's done. He's done everything. He's done. He sold 80,000 tickets. But he's done everything that you can do as a fighter, and he's been entertaining, and he's gone out at the top, which is brilliant for him. I mean, when you think of how many years he struggled to get any recognition, he fought on ITV. I think he was on BBC, was it Premier, that pay-per-view channel? He fought on all those different channels, and just didn't catch a light. And it's something that will happen later in his career. I'd love to have seen him fight Joe Calzaghe.
Who do you think would have won that?
You know what I think would have won that, Joe Calzaghe. I tried, and I swear to you, I had 2 meetings with him at the Westbury Hotel. He came with his financial advisor, and I offered him that fight on both occasions, and he didn't want to. That's a fact of life. He didn't want to. He said he was out of contract at the time with McKenzie, so we never got it on. And I fancy Calzaghe. I just think Joe's too fast for him, too smart. Joe Calzaghe could have been a better fighter than he was, and he was. I think he's one of our best since the war. Not that I see anybody before the war, but he's. I always felt Joe would have been too much for him. I don't think he really coped with Joe.
I guess we'll both
We'll never know, will we?
Unless both of them decide to come out of retirement for one last shindig, I doubt it.
I can't see. And even then, even if they fought now, not so much from Cole's point of view, but more from Joe's point of view, I think he's been out of the ring now 2 or 3 years.